I'm in the game. I'm in the game. Hello, I'm in the video with my daddy.
What's going on, everybody? So this bright orange light here is a heater, so it's gonna be on so I stay warm. So just don't pay attention to it. It's just there for me. Um, but anyway, today we're gonna have someone from YouTube that has been just starting YouTube. I think we're gonna find out for sure, but it's just painting it. Figure painter, really good figure painter actually. But we're gonna learn about some of the techniques and stuff and the products he uses that could be for all types of hobbies. So here's Jerry, and we'll get going. What's going on, man?
Hey, everybody. How are you?
Good, man. I mean, it's Saturday. Already had a pretty busy morning.
I know. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So go ahead and plug your YouTube channel, and then we'll kind of.
Well, they YouTube just changed some stuff where actually it's easy for you to find people now. So just type in just paint it, and my channel should just come up, and that's it. I got a bunch of how-to videos and some reviews. Also, I've been doing some giveaways. So if you guys are interested in looking at that, just join and hit the like button or whatever, and so this way you keep updated with all that stuff, and anybody's welcome to participate, even you, Josh. So
No,
anybody's welcome.
That's awesome. I understand that whole process too with YouTube, right? It's just a course, right?
Yeah. So I've been also the whole video thing is all new to me. So I've been trying to make things better a little as I go, a little bit at a time, but it's getting there. I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit more. So the videos are getting better. My tutorials are really long, guys. I'm going to be totally honest with you, but I'm teaching you the whole process from the start to the end. And I got one of my last tutorials was 5 episodes and about 14 hours worth of video. Now you can skip through whatever you don't want to watch or whatever you don't want to see or things that you might know already. But it's mostly for like beginners to get their hands wet on how to learn how to paint figures. That's what I'm gearing towards, towards that kind of crowd, that kind of people. And it goes for 3D printed or, model kits or resin casted garage kits. So anything out there,
And I think that's the cool part about your YouTube channel. That you go through that. I know I've learned a couple things just watching.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that I'm reaching out to people that are trying to either learn how to paint or just trying to learn some new techniques and things like that. Because we do that whole Saturday, group painting that we do with Gilbert, from Red Dragon Model Works, and I learned stuff from that. I'm still learning. I'm still pretty new as far as painting. I've been painting only for about three years. It started all the way before COVID. I bought my first 3D printer, and that's when I started painting. So and then people started asking me, "Hey, how do you do this and how do you do that?" And one guy said, "Hey, if you do a video."
So wait, back up. So you've only been painting figures for 2 years?
For 3 years, just before COVID. Yeah.
That's incredible, dude. Because we're gonna show some of your work later.
Oh, thank you.
That's really awesome.
Thank you. And the way that I learn is like watching guys like you, Gilbert, a bunch of people out there that have YouTube stuff.
Well, I'm not in Gilbert's class. I do okay, but no.
Oh, but you do. I seen your work, and you do pretty good stuff, and you do a lot of hardware stuff that that I couldn't possibly do. So, I'm into the figures. That's what I'm into. I do a lot of busts and a lot of statues and stuff, and like I said, when just before COVID, I bought my first 3D printer, and I couldn't get it to work. I bought a Elegoo Mars, resin printer.
Okay.
I couldn't get to print anything, and it sat there in my closet for like about, I don't know, 6 months. And then one day I said, you know what, let me give it another try. And I started trying. I started getting some prints and stuff, and then it took off from there. But then COVID hit, and I wasn't working all the time. I was working like 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off, right? So I had a lot of time to burn there. For like 2 years we did that. So I just started printing and painting and printing and painting, upgrading my printers, and now I'm printing all the time, nonstop. Down the rabbit hole. You start printing stuff all the time. And
So what was the thing that you learned about what was your biggest problem with the 3D printer?
it's temperature, nothing below 65. Up here in this room, in the wintertime, it gets really cold because the heat doesn't rise up that fast. I'm like on the 4th level of a split level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on a 4th level in the split level. So the heat takes a while to rise, and when it does, it doesn't get all that high real fast. So, but temperature was one of my biggest things during the winter time. And then the other thing is how you place and the piece on the build plate, so you don't have constant like fails and stuff like that. And that was the learning curve. And then leveling, there was a lot of stuff that you need to know as far as. I just bought the other day a filament printer. I set that up in 2 seconds, and I had stuff printing with no problem. It's the resin printing that takes a little bit long. If you want to get that crisp, beautiful print, you're gonna have to it takes a lot of practice. Those supports was a big thing. Learning how to support those kits, stuff like that. That was a big learning curve for me too. I'm starting to get better, but I'm still not there, I don't think. So
Yeah, like you get something from Mike, and it's like you look at the stuff you get off your printer, and it's like, how the heck did he do that?
Yeah, and you saw Mike now. He learned he's got a new way of doing his supports where the supports don't even show on his stuff. I mean,
yeah, I would love to know that. I'd love to learn that.
That's his business. I get it. He doesn't want to share his secrets, but damn, man, that stuff comes out really nice,
Right.
So, but yeah,
Right.
Mike's been doing a real good job with his stuff, So, yeah.
So you've been doing figures for about 2 years. What's the one thing that you started then that you wish you do now that you wish you would have learned back then?
I'm gonna say layering. Just don't try to paint everything all at one shot. Take your time, do light layers, even if it doesn't cover it the first time. Take your time and do layers. Do small layers at a time, and your results are going to be a lot better that way. And that I wish I knew that first, because if you compare some of my old stuff to my new stuff, it's like night and day. So yeah.
And it's crazy how that little topic can apply to like bases, figures, skin
everything.
tone.
Yeah, I see that you could do that with everything, and I was messing around a little bit with trying to build a car and stuff, and the same thing, just light layers, just take your time doing it. There's patience too, you gotta learn to be patient with the stuff, and things will come out and work out pretty good. Once you get the technique down, then everything else just come naturally, so.
No, I mean, it's absolutely true. I once I kind of figured that out, and like going through that class with Gil on how to lay the skin tone down, that helped me so much.
Yeah, he's very good with oils. I'm impatient with oils, to be honest with you, but the way he does it though, the oils, they dry very fast. So see, I never did it that way. So I should give it more of a try. You know what I'm saying, and not shun it so much and so quick. Because I got the same set that he has that he uses, and I'm thinking about using it again and using his technique, because his technique is very good. I just do acrylics, and I've been doing that since I started, and I feel comfortable with it, but it's not that, either one is better than the other. It's just, the technique that you find that makes you feel comfortable doing it is the technique you're going to use, but don't be afraid to try new things though at the same time,
Right.
So yeah, that's the big thing.
So basically that's how I found you, was Way of the Dragon, right? The painting class we've all been doing.
Right.
Or
Right.
you guys have been doing. I haven't done the last couple, but how did you find Gil?
Well, when I first started painting, one of the things that I was doing, I was looking for on YouTube to how to paint figures or how to paint, whatever. And a lot of them, there were like the minis, right? The Warhammer and all those guys that were painting minis, and I didn't really want to paint me. I can't see nothing, and I can't paint a small kit like that small, and I have a hard time painting things that small. So then, I just happened to stumble onto his channel when he was doing the interviews. And one of the interviews that I found was the one he did with Mike, Hobby Mike from NY 3D Creations. And he did one with George Stevenson from Black Heart Models. George, he does the big kits and stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, this is cool stuff, man. And I was like, I didn't know that they made kits like that big and stuff. I was like, holy crap. So that's when I really started getting into it. Once I found him, and then he says, oh, join the Styrene Syndicate and Facebook. And that's how I found him. And that's how I joined, And that was actually one of the first Facebook groups that I joined for modeling, was the Styrene Syndicate. You guys.
No, it's awesome. It's a good group in there. So
yeah, you know what you got everybody from all different genres. You got car modelers and armor guys and figure guys. You got a big mix of stuff and really cool people, man. That's what I really like about it.
So let's talk about the 3D printing for a second.
Okay.
How do you like that process? And is there something, and how do you like the quality of figures that are coming off of it compared to like other stuff?
Well, I got to be totally honest with you. I started off doing 3D printing, right? And then I jumped into the garage kits, the resin cast and stuff. I like them both. Do I like one better than the other? I think that, as of right now, I like the casting stuff better. And it's not I find it that it's more, a guy does it by hand, and there's value to that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to, not say that the guys that are doing digitally are any different, but I think that's a gift that you can do it by hand with, sculpt something with your hand. It's like a form of art. Like I said, like it's not discrediting the guys that do it digitally, but it's a little different. But you're starting to see like even the casting is becoming hybrid, where they're using 3D printed parts to cast and mix and mash, So, but as far as the quality and the stuff, it's getting better. It's getting a lot better. You guys start, from where it started back in 3, 4, or 5 years ago. Whatever it started, these resin printed kits to come out, it's the quality of the sculptors out there is getting a lot better. One of the ones that I really like is that Mike got me into was Ritual Castings, and their stuff is like amazing, but and then you got Kutan and you got a couple other ones, but you got to watch out though with the 3D print. I don't know if you ever found the same problem, is that you got these guys that'll sculpt the crap out of something, but they can't cut it or, prop it. And then when you print it, the stuff doesn't fit right, or just looks like crap, and they don't really cut those pieces right, but I don't know. But those guys are getting better though. They're starting to learn how to do things the right way, and things like that. I do like the 3D printing a lot. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with it.
Yeah.
I like dynamic poses, and that's something that with the casting you probably can't really do a whole lot. Otherwise, but the dynamic posing and stuff, I like that kind of stuff, where guys are fighting each other or something like that. I like that kind of stuff too. But I don't like too much of the museum poses where just stiff standing,
I totally get that.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's crazy where that all has come. I've done one garage kit and it was super good.
Yeah.
But the
It-
3D
it-
printing over the last, I'll say even the last year is like night and day different.
Yeah, and the bad thing about the 3D printing is that is you buy an STL and I buy the same STL and a bunch of other people and everybody has the same thing, right? So everybody's got the same stuff, and how you paint it, I guess, is going to be the difference, right? Where
Yeah.
a garage kit or a resin casted kit is only going to be a certain amount of those kits out in the market, and that's it. So there's value. I think there's a little more right now. There's a little more value to that than.
Well, and that's where the 3D printed part of that comes in, right? Because now they have a 3D print that is reusable, and then once they use it up, they can just print out another one and just use that.
That's true too. Yeah. Yeah.
And-
this. You're gonna see this whole industry change between now and the next couple of years. Is probably gonna totally change. Where you're not gonna see probably so many casted pieces anymore. And you're gonna see more just 3D printing. That's it, But I don't know. It's. I see a lot of people like really making some really nice things out there, and hopefully the quality comes out of your printer is the quality that you expected. That's my big worry. If you're gonna spend money on STL, you want the STL to come in and where you're gonna be able to fit the parts and things like that, where you don't have to battle and fight to try to make those things work for you. That's where Mike comes in. Is Mike test prints everything before he sells them out to the market, and he could change some of those things to make it work. But for guys like us that don't know how to do that and expecting these parts to come out and put it together when they come out, out of your printer is different, So
I 3D printed, right? Like doing like the head, printing it so the hair is next to the base, like it goes up or this way.
Right.
I found that to be night and day different for me when I'm doing figures.
Really?
Because the joint is going to be 100% perfect.
Where instead
And
of
I've gotten like this Spider-Man. I don't know if it'll show up, but like there's no gap. I didn't fill that with nothing. That's just it going together.
And you've been doing the opposite of what everybody else does.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I found that to be night and day different for me. But the bad thing is the hair gets messed up. So you have to go in there and sculpt the hair, but that's easier
Than doing the other stuff.
than doing the joint.
Yep, you're right. The hair could be sculpted pretty easy. I mean, once you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. But I got to try it, man. I got to give it a try. See how it works out for me. Sometimes you get those the sockets or whatever. They all come out messed up and they don't fit right.
Or you have to clip some of them because they're too long, or
Right,
resin
right.
goes up in the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Oh yeah, it can be frustrating. I tell you. Mike makes it sound so easy too, and I hate him for that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, the guy that's been, yeah. No, I
He's been
totally
doing it.
agree with that.
Yeah,
There's
he's been doing it since the beginning, So
some days he shows you something too.
yeah,
Like it's just off the wall that he does. And you're like, well, why the heck didn't you tell me that sooner?
yeah, I know, right?
Right? So paint. What are you using to paint some of these figures and cars and whatever else you do?
I'm going to give you and your viewers a couple pointers real quick.
Oh, nice.
For your flesh set, I start off using this set right here.
Oh yeah, those are good. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they also have like a bunch of different sets of colors. You can get them all if you want. They all work great. This is one of the best Vallejo sets that I ever bought, man, because you can do every Caucasian, every skin tone, black, white, Asian, whatever. out of this. All races and whatever. Female, male, and stuff like that. It works very, very well. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. Lately, I've been falling in love with these guys. This is Monument Hobbies. This is for the Pro Acro line.
I haven't used any of that, but I hear it's super good.
Now, if you're going to use your airbrush, this is the paint right here. This stuff right here is like gold. And I haven't been able to stop putting it down because it goes on very nice. You don't need to dilute it a whole lot because it's pretty thin already. And this stuff just works. The color is perfect for all the stuff that you need to do with this stuff. And I can't stop using it. I went from this to that, and I've been using this more often and it works amazing. The Pro Acro Monument Hobbies, these guys, they did it the right way right there. Okay. So give it a try. You got to try different products out there. I don't mix my own paint to come up with a color because I don't want to waste my time doing that, to be honest with you.
And I'm not a chemist.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, some guys, you can see them, they throw a couple of different colors of paint and boom, they got flesh color, boom, just like that. I'm like, yeah, no, just give me this stuff. I'm like, I don't have time for that right now. So, but this stuff, I mean, the Pro Acro, man, guys, if you want to really try flesh tones, try those. Even the Fairy Flesh set from Vallejo. It's got all the colors that you need for shading, for highlights and everything. Everything is in here. Okay. And I got videos on how I use those. Some of my videos are in there. Some of the first ones I used this for female flesh too. Right here, this is good. And then you start seeing me start changing over to this stuff. All right. And it's only 3 colors. It's a shadow flesh, a tan flesh, and then the olive flesh. That's it. 3 colors.
So that's what you're using for the flesh tones. What are you using for like clothes and swords and stuff like that?
Whatever. Pro Acro for steel is actually their steel colors. The metallics are very good. But I got a variety of paints here. Look, I'll show you real quick.
All right. Damn. Let's zoom in on that. Holy crap.
So,
how do you like that golden stuff?
It's good. It's good. This stuff is good for the impression. Huh?
What's the stuff on top?
Oh, this stuff is really good too. This is Tim Gore Bloodline, and it's made from Createx.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't.
And they have a ton of. This is good for like if you're doing monsters and things like that. They got all these gory colors and stuff. Really cool. Same thing with where is it? Oh, these guys over here. I got them up here. Did you ever try the Freak Flex line from Badger?
No, I only do the Stynylrez from Badger.
Yeah, this is the Free Flex line. This is good for monsters and things like that, creatures, and I use this sometimes. And then this is not the only paints. I got paints in boxes and there's stuff. I got a ton of them.
Man, you really took tips from Gil, didn't you?
Here, I'll show you some more here.
Right.
Let me see if I can.
And
you see what paint down there?
Oh, geez.
This is full. That's full up there. Right.
No, that's awesome. So I seen a couple Army Painter things. What do you have in Army Painter? And how are you liking that so far?
I like Army Painter. I have some of their metallics and some of their I use that for clothing and stuff like that too. For like if I'm going to do leather work, I use for leather work and rust. I use this stuff. This is and it's cheap. You can buy this for like $12 at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
I use these colors up here for leather and some of these down here. And the way I do it, I show it in one of my videos. I do the stippling. Okay, and these are just acrylic gouaches, whatever you call it. All right.
So you're basically starting with like, what is it, a yellow and go from that to like
Yeah, like your
brown,
reds
right?
and your depending on what kind of leather effect you're trying to go with. I use like some of these. Excuse me, let me see if I can get the light out. I use some of the darker browns, and then I go into like the yellows and the oranges. But you can use that for rust effect. So all I do is I do stippling on it. I get an old brush and I just pound the crap out of it, and I get a really nice effect on it. Here, let me show you this. See
the first. Yeah.
That's how I did this leather right here. I did it with the stippling. All right.
No, that's awesome. It's crazy.
and she won a third prize award last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, third place
What
award
show was that?
from Chiller Theater here in New Jersey.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And I did the stippling on their sleeve too, but a different color. And then the stippling also on the back of the hood of the. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah. You can. I can see because we all did the same thing, right?
Yeah. With the shadowing and everything, I gave it that. That's. Hello.
That's Steve.
Oh yes.
So, no, that's really awesome, and I can see how you won. Some of the other things I was going to ask you is, the powders and the what is it, the pigment chalks or whatever they are?
They're pastels, and I got some here. All right, let me see let me use this one. It's made by, they're called Pan Pastels. All right, they're just little different cups here, different colors. They sell them as individual or sets. You can get them on Amazon. They sell them in Hobby Lobby and things like that. And these are just pastels. All right, and they're very heavy pigmented. You don't need to go crazy with them. They don't fall off like regular chalk. Let's say you put some in your model, and you can use this not just for flesh tone, but you can use it for weathering, for armor, whatever you want to use it for, whatever you think you want it. You can use it for shading, clothes, face, whatever. I use them for a lot of stuff, and they're not cheap. All right, like the flesh tone set, I think is like $35-$40, and there's only like seven of these little things. Okay. Be careful when you open them. Don't open them dang like this, because if you get on your clothes or on your carpet or whatever, it makes a huge mess, and you're gonna be sorry you did it. Yeah. So just open them up, and you get these. All right. And all you do is just grab a brush. I use it for shading all my figures, as far as the skin tone goes. And if you watch my videos, it'll show you how to do it. But let me show you here. All right, let me show you this one. That was done.
Cool.
That was done with pastels. A lot of pastels I put on that.
No, that's.
Thanks, Steve. I don't think so though.
No, that's awesome.
All right. This one was very heavy in pastels. All right, and the shading, the 5 o'clock shadow on his mustache, all that, everything underneath his eyes, all that shading, and anything where you see a shadow on his skin tone, that was all done with pastels.
So kind of help me out for a second. When you're putting the pastels on, is it just one of those that you put it on the brush and then just put it straight to and then you have to add water to it? Am I wrong on that?
No water. Hold on, let me show you real quick. I can give you a little demo real quick, but when you're done putting the pastel, this is what I use. I use this stuff right here. It's pretty cheap. It's from Behr. It's chalk, and it's the matte clear. Now, once you spray it, it's not going to look matte clear is going to look glossy as hell, but you can always matte it down with another different, you know, I usually use this stuff to matte it down. Okay, this is from the Mecha line.
Oh, okay.
The matte varnish. And they'll bring it down a little bit, you know, quite a bit. And then, you know, as you work in, they'll get the duller and duller and stuff. But I could give you a little demo if you want.
Well, you know, I mean, there's some of that stuff that, you know, it takes water to activate it. Some of it doesn't.
No
take
water. This stuff, you got to use it dry. And what I use is I use two brushes. I use whatever size brush I'm gonna put on the. Hold on a second. Let me get it for you. Like depending on the size of the figure, the head, or the scale, you know, I keep this separate because I don't want to mix them with my paintbrush. This is just for pastels.
Oh, okay.
And you keep them separate because if you get pastels on your paint, then you know it's gonna mess up with your paint, and you're gonna get mad. You're gonna throw things around. You know, you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? All right. So
yeah,
my main color for shading Caucasian, I use the red oxide. All right, look how red that is.
Okay.
That's pretty sharp. All right, I got this little figure right here. All right, and I got this small brush. Okay. So I'm gonna show you real quick how this works. All right, I'm gonna shade a couple. Hold on a second. I'm gonna shade a couple areas on this figure, and basically. All right. See underneath right on the side of the nose?
And you just lightly put that on, right?
Just lightly put on, just like you're brushing with the regular brush.
Okay. That's wow. That's
and then you grab your filbert brush, okay, one like this, and then you gently just blend it in. And that's it.
And this is on your channel.
Don't forget, you can also have skin tones underneath it, and then you're going to be still applying even more skin tones on top of it. So it's not going to look like that orangey, rusty color. It's going to give it that shadow color that you're looking for. And it's all process. It's all layers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once you start layering those colors in, and then you might want to go back and you want to do some highlights. So you're going to grab some lighter colors. All right. Lighter colors, like almost white. And you're going to start highlighting the highlight areas like the bridge of the nose, maybe the wrinkles on his face, you know, maybe some of those spots on his collarbone is sticking up. Just add a little bit, brush on and off. You spray. Once you spray that top coat, it'll meld everything together, and it'll bring everything together, and it'll blend everything, and it'll give you some awesome results. And I learned this from a couple of people online. One is Matt Morozic, and the other one is Vince Vale Customs. All right, those two guys use the pastels like crazy. They go nuts with it. Yeah. Go ahead.
But that technique you just showed, that's on your channel, correct?
Yes.
And you show how to do that. That way people can go to your channel.
Uploaded. Yeah, here's one. I just uploaded the skin tone for this guy.
That's so cool.
This one won first place in Chiller Theater the other day for the sci-fi category.
No, that is so impressive.
Yeah.
And that's the picture I think I used for the video for this. So that's done, right? I think the picture I used, it wasn't quite done yet.
Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I was scared shitless doing the OSL on this. You know, the orange lighting from the what do you call it, from the flare in the movie.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to give it that effect, and I was scared to do that, and so I left it all the way to the end, and I did it like a couple of days before I went to the show because I didn't want to ruin the kit. but but there it is right there.
No, that's awesome, dude.
And it's that part of the movie, where the flare is flaring. Nobody's painting him this way. This is how you see it.
Yeah, because that's right after it goes off, and that's what like mangles his hands and everything, right? If I remember the movie right.
Well, he comes out. He comes out of the. He comes out where he was transforming in from the base, and he goes outside, and that's where they burn him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he first throws a flare on the ground, and the flare is just reflecting on his face, and I just wanted to capture that moment. You know what I mean? So, but that was
that's awesome.
Thank you.
So that's the powders. What about the other one? It's like the pastels, right? No, that was the pastels, right?
Those are the pastels, and those are the only ones that I use. I was using like chalk, and I was just scraping it onto a piece of paper and using that. But it wasn't, I wasn't getting the same effect. It wasn't like, sticking on properly, or a lot of times when you put it on, it just blows off. This stuff will stick. Stick out. You want to do weathering, you want to do shadowing and highlights on your kits and stuff like that. I do mostly, like I said, I do mostly figures. If you go on my channel, that's all you're going to see how I do the figures. But if you want to go and learn how to do, there's people that are using this for a lot of stuff out there, and they're getting some awesome effects. They're not cheap, but they'll last. You're going to buy them one time. Because I've been using this since for a long time, and I barely gone through it.
I would like to see how that works on like a tank, to do some of the weathering and stuff on a tank.
Oh, I think
I'd
it
love
was
to
awesome.
see that.
I seen this one guy who actually did all the threads and all the inside of where the sprockets are and everything like that with this stuff. Came out phenomenal, man. I was like, holy crap.
So is there any other paints or anything you use that's kind of unique to what you do?
No, I just, I used a lot of inks, the Liquitex stuff like Gilbert uses. I do use a lot of the cheap hobby paints. They just work just as well. These are like $1 each. I use it for bases and things like that. I use this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's like.
I use them for clothing. I use them for clothing too. You just got to dilute them right, and that's it. And you can just go. The one other paints that I am going to tell you that I do use, and I get really good effects if like, this is from Garage Kits US. All right.
Oh, what is? Oh, okay. That's what it's called. Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the brand. This is a transparent bright flesh. It doesn't look like bright flesh, but what this does is, like, let's say if you're painting and you need to make an adjustment to your skin tone, but you don't want to start all over again, like if it's too bright, you just use a little bit of this with a little bit of alcohol and you spray it over your kit far away. Okay. It'll give it like that golden tannish color,
Yeah.
And that works really good for me. I use a lot of their stuff too. They have like stuff for painting tongue and lips and things like that, and they actually work very well. Check out their site. Right now he's got a shortage on the pigments, so but once he gets the stock back available, just hit him up. And that's I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. So
all right, so now we're going to go into tools. Okay.
Right.
Unique tools that you use. I'm assuming an airbrush is going to be one of them. We've seen the paint brushes and stuff. What's going to be some of the other stuff that you like using?
I'm just basic. I just there's two airbrushes I use the most, which is I use the Sotar a lot, 2020.
I love that thing. I have one.
This is awesome. And if I need to get really close or do any really detail work, I use the Infinity.
That's the Harden Steenbeck, right?
Yep.
So how do you like the two compared? Because a lot of people compare that one to the Sotar. What do you think the difference is?
This one right here, I can get really into detail and I can stick there for a long time if I really find details. I can really get in there with this one. Sotar is a good all-around brush. All right, you can do it. You do everything with this. You know, it's beautiful for that. This one is for more like really, really fine detail. I can do hairlines with this.
Yeah, and that's the reason I ask you. It's like those are the two that are compared, I think.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, because the Sotar is really good at detailed stuff. Also,
Oh yeah. But I feel like this one right here is like my workhorse, and I can do everything with it. But that one, if I really need to get to fine detail, I can really, you know, hone in on that one and get some really good stuff. You know, I don't know if it's the feel or whatever with it, but you know, I find more better results with that one for me.
Oh, that's cool.
I use a lot of dry brushing. I use these guys right here. This is what's the name? This is Artist Opus. They're from England.
Oh, do you have the set or just that one?
No, I have the set. I just got them. I got stuff for all over the place right now. I got like about 4 of these, the dry brushes, the different sizes, and I got this little. I paint this thing with a primer all the time, and then I use this for my dry brushing.
Is that one of the things that comes with the brushes?
Yeah, you can get the real big one like Gilbert has, or get the small one. All right.
Okay, I didn't realize they had the small one.
Yeah,
that's cool.
but I also use the Army Painter ones, which is these. Okay, and they work.
Okay, so compare the two. Compare the two since you have both.
The bristles are a little bit softer and longer on the Artist Opus. These are a little bit stiffer and shorter. That's all.
But do you really get the same effect? Because
depending on what kind of paint. I feel like if you're using very liquidy paints, I like to use the stiffer one. All right, and if real liquidy running paint, and if the paint's a little stiffer, then I use a softer one.
Oh, okay.
That's all. That's the only difference, you know. Brushes, I have I also use. I bought these Artist Opus ones, and I got to tell you, like the number 2, their S line is awesome. I like long brushes, long bristles. All right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I like them long. That's the number 2 right there. Okay.
Yeah. Holy crap.
And the other ones that I like is I'll show you right now, is the liner brushes. See how long that is?
Yeah, you can see that a little bit.
These are Tidwell brushes. And they're not cheap, they're not expensive, but they're actually pretty good. Let me show you one more. And then I have a couple. I buy a lot of Hobby Lobby stuff, and I think those are fine to do, you know, most of your work. But you want to have a couple of good brushes for doing some detailed stuff. Look at this one.
Whoa.
Yeah. And this could carry a lot of paint, and you can just, you know, do detail. And if you got to do like a long, you know, this is a liner brush.
I was gonna say that's those for like doing the really long pinstripes and those detailed lines, right? Okay.
Yeah. Then they'll come in handy. I used them a couple of times already, so. And I feel like I have better control with brushes like this. But that's me. You know, you find whatever is comfortable for you. You know. Monument Hobbies also has some good brushes if you're interested in it.
Oh, really? I didn't know they had brushes.
Yeah, they have brushes too. They got pretty good stuff. All right.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that.
But, you know, like I said, you know, the easiest way to do it is just, you know, just head out to my channel and you'll see the last one I did. I kept it. I was going to fast forward through it, trying to make it shorter, but I said, you know what? I was so proud and happy of the way that came out that I said, let me leave it alone and let this guy watch it and just learn how to do everything from putting the base down to putting the pastels, you know, everything. And, you know, I did also a lot of speckling and stuff like that to give it a realism, you know, tinting, all that stuff is there. So this way you guys can learn how to, you know, do skin tones, and hopefully it'll help you, you know, with your quest to paint really cool. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take me that long. You know what? You got to learn how to be patient. The results will come. You know, that's all. That's all I can. That's the best advice that I can give you. You know, as far as that stuff. So.
No, it's true. It's it's. I try to do all that stuff, and then I get at the bench, and it's like I only have like 2 minutes to get like 30 minutes worth of work done.
Yeah, that's the thing is finding time. You know, I try to come up here like the end of the day. You know, usually like Fridays this is my chill time, and then Saturday afternoons is I got time to do stuff. You know, and I try to find time here and there whenever I can. But you know, life keeps you busy, man. I'm still working. You know, I got a family. I got a young boy. You know, so he keeps me busy. So. You know.
So we're in that part of the show where you could show some of your stuff.
All right. Well, I showed you the stuff that I brought to the show. I'll show you those real quick. You saw this one for anybody that just showed up. This was printed by I bought this one from Hobby Mike at NY 3D Creations.
Yeah.
This was the group paint.
This guy.
Yeah, that guy right there. All right. So that one I took to the show. This is a Negan I did.
Now, the thing I really like about some of the figure, and this is one of them, that you have like that light source, and then you have that dark source, so you get that both transitions.
Yeah. Well, this one I did both. I did like a light from the moon coming from this side, okay, and then something from like a fire or a flame coming in from the bottom. So you got one coming from the top and the other one coming in from the bottom. So that's why you see the light hitting the jacket in different ways or the face. All right. But you still, if you look at it straight, you can still see some of the regular skin tone that I put below it. Yeah. When you start turning it, it just changes the whole. It gives it a different effect. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, yeah, and that's some of that pigment stuff that you use to get that right.
Well, some of for the shading and some of the highlights, I use the pigments, but I also use a lot of acrylics in this.
Okay.
All right. So, Michonne from.
That's The Walking Dead, still, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I think that's the lady that is in like Black Panther too, I think.
Yes, correct. Now you see the leather work that I did on that? That's the stippling that I was talking about before. Okay. Same thing with the sheath for the sword right here.
That's so cool, dude.
And I got the blood.
No, that's cool. Is that the blood effect from that Createx line that you were talking about earlier? Or do you use something else?
No, I'm going to give you a secret. You ready?
FX blood, huh?
Wuchi FX blood. They sell it on Amazon.
Is that actually a paint or is that more of like a pigment?
No, it's a paint. And it's very thick and very coagulated. So, yeah. All right.
No, that's awesome, dude. You do such good work.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got one more here for you. This is the McCready from the thing.
Oh, okay. No, that's incredible, dude.
Now you see the difference between the casted and the 3D printed stuff,
Wait, is that one casted or is that 3D printed?
Casted.
Oh, okay. No, that's awesome.
Just heavy. And the way I started, to do things was like, I don't know if I want to show you guys real quick. I printed a bunch of these little heads, right? They come out like this, and then I pre-shaded them. Okay. So then I started painting different scales. I started off with a real small one. Okay, just blending colors. And this one, I didn't use pastels yet, but I was using just regular acrylics on this. And then I went from that to a little bit bigger. Okay. Just kept on sizing them up and painting and blending, just practicing. That's all I did. All right. Until I got, let me see if I can get a good picture of that. Until I got this guy. All right.
Oh wow. And it seems like every size you're able to get just a little bit more detail in each one, right?
Yeah. The smaller they are, the harder they are. I can't do that small anymore. I mean, my eyes just can't do it, you know. So
I like doing the Space Marines and not putting the faces on, just the helmets.
yeah, it's not easy, right? It's tough.
It is.
So yeah, so you know, so that's it. I mean, that's all I right now. Right now I'm working on a couple of things. I'm actually working on I got a couple of things that I'm going to probably be giving out next week. So if you guys want to join in, just stay tuned to my channel, and I'm doing some giveaways. Everybody's welcome. So I got that going on. I'll probably be doing another review. All right, so things like that, and then maybe another paint up coming soon too. I'm doing a kit that I got from NY 3D Creations from Mike.
Which one'd you get? Which one'd you get?
I got his Willy Wonka.
Ah, yeah, that's killer. That Gene Wilder one, right?
Yeah, he got a nice job on the catching the pose and the face.
Yeah,
it's really cool, and I want to do a little review and maybe do it in paint up on that one too. So, which would be fun. I got a couple projects in the works though. I'm still trying to finish the last group build that we did together. The
Chara or whatever
Chara.
it is.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
I'm working on her still. Still got a lot to go, but she's getting there.
Yeah, no, that's killer, dude.
Yeah, I missed the 1 week, so that's why I'm trying to catch up. So she comes with a hat.
Yeah, and then the next one is like a Christmas themed one that
head over to Red Dragon Model Works on YouTube, and we're doing a group paint up. You still got time to order if you guys want to join. We're doing a Christmas theme, and Gilbert has the piece that we're going to be doing on his site. So join us if you guys want, and you can order the piece through NY3D Creations, because we a lot of the stuff that we use to paint up is we get it from him. So it's fun, man. I have a good time over there. We do it. It's pretty fun. I like it.
No, and it's a cool group.
And listen, guys, I paint. Like I said, I'm full disclosure. I'm not a professional painter. I don't consider myself an artist or anything like that.
Whoa. Hobby. You're definitely an artist.
Well, thank you, but I consider this as a hobby, and I have fun doing it. I enjoy hanging out with you guys and doing it together, and things like that. And I enjoy just talking to people and meeting new people and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. I don't take it. I try not to take it too serious. Just if you take it too serious, then you get bored of it. So.
Sounds like Mike's even going to make an appearance. But he said that last time, too.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it would be nice, Mike. Have you guys with us.
See, he needs to do the super big one.
Yeah, he likes the big stuff. It's a joke, guys, because like you used to see the monster thing that he printed just recently, and it's like 14 figures and one base. Monstrosity.
No, it's
cool, man. I would love to have that piece.
Yeah, I would like to have it, but I don't want to pay for it.
It's expensive,
right?
But you know what? You're gonna get a quality kit from Mike, because Mike takes pride in his stuff. So everything that I ever got from Mike, I never had a problem with it.
Mike, you need to stop it right now. You can paint. Stop it.
Yeah, but it's I like having fun. Doing the Saturdays whenever I can. I jump in there and paint with you guys.
And even doing the Friday one, like
Yeah,
when
just a
we're
Friday
all
hangout. Yeah,
cutting up. Yeah, it's a good group.
yeah, it's a good group. It's a really nice group. I like the group. It's pretty tight. It's fun. It's fun. I have a lot of fun with it.
So we've hit about that hour mark. Did you have any questions for me?
No, not. I know you've been printing your little heart out. You actually gave me a couple of tips on the resin and stuff, which I appreciate. But no. I mean, we hang out on a Friday, so we catch up then. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I always give that opportunity for people to ask me questions because I get to do it to you for an hour.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's cool. But thank you. I appreciate you with everything and the opportunity to promote my channel and everything. I really thank you for that. Thank you to your viewers and everybody.
Yeah, and hopefully this helps you a lot too because
it's like I want to be totally honest with you. I'm doing it for fun, man. I'm really having a lot of fun doing it. I like people, if they have any questions, just hit me up and I'll be happy to help you out if I can. And if I can't help you, I'll send you to somebody who can. It's not about keeping secrets. We share the information with everybody. We're pretty open about stuff like that. So, we're trying to help each other out. And Gilbert is great. Gilbert, I learned a lot from him. He's one of my mentors. You know what I'm saying? So,
I totally know. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So, I think we all learned a lot from him. So I got to give him his props because he is good and he's very kind too. He takes the time and sits down with people and actually tries to help them out, which is really cool. And there's a lot of people like that out there, guys. So just got to find them. That's all. Right. So.
Very, very true. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna cut this off then. Thank you for coming on. I'm glad we were able to make this.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you everybody out there watching and everything. Thank you for all the stuff and all the real nice comments.
And we will. I will talk to you in a couple minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again for coming on, and we'll. All right, everybody. So you got to meet Jerry today. Fantastic painter. So if you get a second, go over there and check out his channel. Give him a subscribe to his channel. Check, really cool guy. So I will see you guys next week with Miguel, we're going to be promoting his 3D printed site. So something you might want to check out if you're getting into like some of the 3D printed car wheels and stuff like that. So I will see you guys next week.